Hi everyone, this is Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop, and I'm going to do another reading spread here, and I'm going to also involve my Facebook groups. I have several groups on Facebook, but the two groups that I'm going to use for this reading is the Lenormand and Cartomancy group, and also the Tarot group. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the first one. So Lenormand and Cartomancy. Now, the question is, tell me what this married couple think and feel about each other. Okay, so that was my post, and the cards we got for this was the birds, the road, the clover, and the fox, and the key. So birds, road, clover, fox, and key. Now, let me run through it first, and then I will read what other people have said online. Okay? So I'm asking the question about a married couple, famous married couple. Tell me what this married couple think and feel about each other. And the married couple is Donald Trump and Melania Trump. Now, I didn't tell my groups, I didn't tell them, because I wanted them to be objective and not put their personal opinion or preferences into the reading. Okay? So, birds in a love question can be good for pairing up, but often it means gossip and stressful. You know, if you think of birds, they're flighty. If you look at this picture, this is the grandmother's Lenormand deck that I created from old previous decks. It's meant to have that kind of antique look about it. But if you look at this card, there's three birds, so that could be interference by a third person. So I sometimes take the picture into consideration. So lots of talking, pairing up, flighty, nervous, decisions, which way do I go, which way do I turn. There's luck, there's a bit of luck in there. There's, can be happy luck. Sometimes this is called small luck. Fox, tricky, deception, illusion, what's in it for me, selfish, self-centered, and the key. Key could be open doors, still open. Because the key's the last card, there's no other card. So it's sort of like open-ended, not sure which way it's going. So I would say that this couple, there's a lot of talking and nervousness, there's a lot of decisions to make, but not sure which way to go. I'll hang in there for the bit of luck, but the luck is running out. I'm self-centered and focused on what I can get out of it, and the jury is still out. That's how I would read that one. I'd say it's still open-ended. Okay, so let's see what other people have said online. So I don't want to put their names, but I will just quickly run through the comments just like that, so you know that I'm reading. So Janet has said, one feels lucky, like he or she has snagged the other through cunning. Okay, so lucky through cunning, very good. The other feels indecisive and ambivalent, that could be the road, possibly from listening to too much gossip about the relationships in general, very good. I like how she's put that all together. Great work there, Janet. Margot said, they lie about how they feel. So that's lies. They talk up good things. Bird, road, clover. So they talk about the good. Bird, roads, clover, but know it to be untrue. Fox, key, very good. I like that too. A trail of lies, Fox Road. Oh, that's brilliant. A trail of lies. Very good, because lies, and that's a trail. Okay, very good. So that's how you put Lenormand together. You sort of start to see like little storylines in there as well. Patty has said, a couple who wants to change, who does not want to be locked up in a routine. There are also temptations. So I suppose fox could be temptation. wanting to be free a little bit. Fox can be free as well, because it's like, don't tell me what to do. You can't tame me. So a couple who wants to change. Change could be the road, who does not want to lock up in the routine. There are also temptations like living for oneself. That's the Fox. We sometimes think of living on we sometimes think of living on his side. The discussions are lively. It's difficult to make common choices, but the couple manages to find agreements which may be ephemeral. Interesting, yeah. So there's kind of like finding it hard to make agreements. Yeah, choices, sort of like squabbling over choices, I suppose. Okay, discussions are lively. That's lively, and that's also discussions as well. Temptations, I think, could be the Fox looking for opportunities. Okay, that's good. Jane wrote, they fight a lot and are completely different in every way. Okay, they fight a lot but are completely different in every way. But they use each other. They use each other's person's best. But they use each other for each other's person's best interest. So using each other for the other person's best interest or their own. Like she needs him for money. Sometimes I see the Clover as a money card as well. That's possibly where she's getting that. He needs her for a trophy wife status. Okay. And then she's actually saying, Jane actually said, I'm guessing this is Melania and Donald. So she's spot on there. Okay, so she kind of sensed who I was doing. So now that was the Lenormand people. Okay. Now I'm going to flip over to the tarot group and see what they have said. So it's going to be interesting to see what the tarot people have said. Now I know in the tarot group they've written a lot of comments. So I'm going to scroll through and see where they are. My tarot group is really busy. When you put in a post, it usually just gets really like lots of comments. So we've got 11 comments on it, and they're quite lengthy, so I have to read them. Okay, so Amber, so the cards that Melania and Donald got are the 5 of Wands, 7 of Wands, Ace of Wands, so lots of Wands, Ace of Swords, and 4 of Pentacles. No Cups. In Tarot, Cups is to do with love. So there's no love cards, no emotional cards. Lots of action cards, activity, and then holding on and money. So I would read it like this couple is probably having conflicts. There seems to be power struggles. They seem to argue a lot. There's strong sexual energy with this one especially, and they may be holding on to each other because of security reasons or even finances. That's what I would have said if I didn't know who this couple was. I would have said there's a lot of talking or information going back and forward. That kind of links to the birds a little bit. Okay, if we look at the hands, they're not seeing eye to eye. The hands are separate. They're going in different ways. I would take that into consideration as well. Aces generally to me means lots of chitter chatter, talking. So if they're not talking to each other, there might be a lot of communication about each other. Now, Amber wrote, no deep emotional involvement. Okay, now remember, these people online do not know who I'm asking about. Deborah said, I'd say they have a tempestuous relationship, fiery arguments, then lots of making up. I see them holding on to what they have. Okay, good. Amber wrote, so that was Deborah. Amber wrote, money is what keeps them together. Margot wrote, it looks like a constant rivalry where each tries to gain the upper hand. Good. They are quick to anger. That can be anger. It's a sword. And argue, particularly over resources. So that's resources. They are not very giving, with no cups. That's, yep, no cups in this spread. Not very giving with no cups here. not full of love for one another. I'd add that they enjoy putting the other one down too. Interesting. Maria wrote sex and arguments. Sometimes this can be a sex card. Sex and arguments. Okay. Tiffany wrote fiery, combative energy, harsh words, sexual tension. They stay together for financial security. Not much love here. Good. Sheila wrote a lot of fire energy with the wand, active. However, they need to balance the energy so it does not turn combative. Sexually, the Ace of Wands says it all for the strong attraction, but some fixed energy with the Four of Pentacles hanging on to not only finances but their opinion as well. Dynamic duo here. So this one's showing that they hang on to their own separate opinions. That's what I think she's saying there. Janet says the man feels like there's constant squabbling where he's put on the defensive. He just wants to do what he wants to do without confrontation. She feels like he's one big sharp tongue who withholds quality time and resources from her. Beautiful. Likira wrote, the words are hot, but probably fuels the sex, which is hotter. So she's saying they're having hot sex. I'm not sure about hot sex personally, because I would want to see something hot like the Lovers to say hot. This to me is a bit detached personally. So there may be sex between them, but the sword is not warm and soft and tender, and neither is the card before it, the Seven of Wands, and neither is the Five, and neither is that one. So I'm not really seeing hot sex. I'm seeing sex, but it doesn't look hot to me. That's how I differ from that. So Lakira wrote, the words are hot, but probably fuels the sex, which is hotter. Definitely not together for love. However, they have, it seems, it seems to work for them. Okay. So whatever they have works for them. Okay. Stacy said, loads of sex, possibly multiple partners. Okay, that could be multiple partners, but I would want to see a sex card near it for that to confirm it for me. Through the marriage course. I hear when it's good, it's great. When it's bad, run. Okay, so she's getting that intuitively. They always try to come up with new ideas to keep the relationship relevant, but one person, possibly the Capricorn or a Capricorn, tends to withdraw emotionally and sexually. That can be withdrawal. Like using it as a weapon. Doing my head in reading it, actually. Hate to be living it or loving within this. So Stacy says it gives her a headache. Okay. Now Natalia said they're not happy together anymore and tend to argue and fight over petty things. It's like in many instances they're looking for reasons to clash or to blame it on the other person. Lots of defensiveness, feeling under attack, real or imagined. On both sides. It looks like they are staying together because they have been together for a long time. They're used to one another and change is scary. They should consider therapy or intentionally working towards changing the way they interact if they want to stay together for more positive reasons and rediscover what drew them together in the first place, or move on to a more positive relationship. Jane wrote, again, okay, Jane's sort of onto me on this one. She thinks it's Melania and Donald, so she's right. So she was in the Lenormand group. She's also in the Tarot group. Jane wrote, again, Melania and Donald, completely different people, lots of spats, always a balancing act to be together, but it's a powerful relationship because of many serious, dangerous factors, a stable one. Okay, very good. And then Jane wrote again, sex and a mental attraction. They keep each other mentally engaged. Money keeps them together. Also physically comfortable where they are, but they fight a lot. They fight a lot. I think about things. Okay, they fight a lot about things. Okay, so interesting. So there you have it. So that again, the two types of cards are very, the tarot and the Lenormand are kind of saying a similar thing to me. They're not really contradicting each other. They're complementing each other. So a lot of people, clients ask me, if I was to use different cards or shuffle in a different way, would the answer be different? I always say to them, the cards always answer the question. It might answer it slightly different language or slightly different symbols, but will always sort of say the same type of thing. I think the common thing about these two is lots of talking and stress, and lots of talking and stress, lots of mental activity, and lots of decisions to make. Okay, sort of kind of conflict. Okay, this is a bit like a struggle. Birds can sometimes be stressful. Okay, but it doesn't really show to me a breakup. It looks like they're going to hold on to each other. So I'm not seeing divorce in these cards, but I am not seeing a lot of love and a lot of warmth at all. Okay, this is Paris Debono of the Fortune Teller Shop. If you like this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.